Welcome back to another episode of Shadow Empire with the newly released DLC. Are at round 4. We only have one decision to make currently. We have found some fragile, a little bit of rare metals. And yeah, we are warned of our treasury that's running low. We are a little bit in the red, but only 5 credit per turn. We could just sell like the rare metals that we've just found and get a bunch of cash this way. And let's see, what decision do we have to make. Nomad offers ammunition, over 1000 ammunition for 154 credits. Yes, that sounds like an okay deal. However, this guy, leader of Diorianis territory, which is to our north. And this will increase our relations, so let's go for it, plus 10. And we have seen some movements in here from the Skyshire, as well from the Meyranis packs with their dogs. So we have to kinda move in, block their movements as well as we are capable of. Maybe secure a little more territory. You are starting to run low on supplies, so let's move you back a little bit. We can see our assets. Yet I have not noticed that we are producing exactly 0 industrial points. So this is going to stall indefinitely because, of course, the light industry from the private asset has only just begun construction, but hopefully next turn we will see a little bit of that industrial points income. And do we have any stratagems to play? Not likely. We do have the one fate point, but it's probably best to keep it when we really need it. One of these could actually get this special recon card, sensor specialist.
Understood.
The 2nd Machine Gun Infantry Battalion has received the special card. Now they should have better ability to do recon, which in turn should be reflected here. Our current recon is so low that we don't know what type of unit what types of units are hiding in these tiles right next to our border. We need 40 to know that, and the maximum amount is 400. So we will try to hold our border as best as possible. We might even send one more militia up there, maybe the guys with the commandos, as I think our happiness level for the population is extremely high. For the workers it's above par, so we should be okay on that front and hopefully not get any protests or uprisings. So we shall continue on with next turn. And we are now in round 5. The decisions await us. We are able to recruit another junior leader. A policy speech. What do we want to go for? Quality of life from current point of 1 to 6. That's going to be probably impossible. Victory points from 3.4 to 6.2. And city catering conquered. That's probably quite unlikely. Do we even see the city? We see Ah, that's the one. Just not displaying the whole name. So these are the guys with the laser swords and such and the wasp, so we don't want to mess with them, so we're gonna try to go for the victory points and gain a small bonus to our heart profile. Rogue Doctor in Kidwally. We discovered a very secretive doctor in Kidwally. He was hidden away in the ruins outside the center. He seems to be cooperating with our own scientist on a non-official basis. And it seems he is giving beneficial advice now and then. However, it also seems his experiments are of a very twisted nature. His field of research is mutations and disease. Some people think he poses a risk. Well, I think they just don't know science. He's just misunderstood. I think we're gonna do nothing for now. I'm sure the scientist will be great for us. This will lower our morality a little bit. Myranis Pax is recruiting our troops. A group of 200 of our troops have decided to leave Kidwally and join Myranis Pax. These guys to the south here. So that's, I'm thinking, either the amount of recruits or some of our actual like militia troops maybe, because we are not seeing any demand for replacement troops, so it's none of our regular soldiers, but might be some of the militia. We are seeing some movement in here that we would like to block, possible. I think we will forbid them to join the raiders, and this will decrease the relation by all 20 points. That's quite a lot. We have only 8 points now with them. They know they are, I think, even better than our regular troops. They have very little HP, 28, 56, 47, 41. So they are better at attacking. We are slightly better at defense. So, yeah, we shall see if they will be aggressive towards us, maybe move into our territory. We are now starting to see a little bit of industrial points coming from this light industry, which was just finished, and that will enable our recycling facility to be built in 2 more turns maybe. And thankfully we are seeing that our food reserves are rising slowly. Can we sell off some water? Probably not, because it's present all over the planet, not a scarce resource, it seems like. So no one is going to buy it up. Let's see if we can have some luck with a junior. They have a little bit of investigation capability too, but their intelligence is fairly low. So I would say that we didn't get very lucky here. His only usable skill is basically intimidation, so a 16-year-old bully, seems like, with some technical skills as well. Let's see. Yeah, this still has a negative penalty because we don't have the correct council. So we won't be playing any stratagems. Let's take a quick look at our leaders and the relations. Everyone is at least 60 and above, so that seems okay, although gas and especially this new new 16-year-old Chaya. Natural relation point is only at level 16, so he's probably not very compatible with our way of life and will start to resent us with time. But that's how it's gonna have to be. He's just a reserve pool member, doesn't have any job in the government, so don't really care that much about our relations. We see happiness rising a little bit, that's okay. Let's go to the next turn. We are now at round 6, we have 4 new decisions, and we have seen a little bit of fighting. Our militia holds a parade to show their strength and loyalty. That's very good. We have some unsafe festivities in Kidwali, in our capital. We are still in time of efficiency. That's actually the peak, I think. Now in one turn, it will come into full force, and then it will start a decline. Militia lost their influence through their militia chief in our cabinet. Not sure exactly what does that mean, but maybe it's good for us that militia doesn't have influence over our government, I'm assuming. We have generated another spy card. And let's take a quick look at the fighting that took place. It was in here to our north, the guys that we tried to block. So it seems that it's not any troop that's highly capable. We could try to gain a little bit more territory where we can. Okay, let's take a look at our decisions, or maybe let's check on the asset. Yeah, we are missing a very small amount of points. It seems like we are lacking workers due to cancellation of their jobs. Not sure what kind of job it was. Light industry is producing 22 points for us, but we've gained 84. Maybe it's a bonus due to the epoch that we are currently in. They are thinking of building schools next. The private economy is already under construction, so that will raise our quality of life slightly in the capital, make it a little less barbaric. Militia parade. On a beautiful day, your militia paraded through the streets. I understand you were present at the parade and gave thanks to our militia troops in person, but maybe there is something more that you'd like to do. We would like to give them at least some credits. We have some more rare metals that we are not going to be using for now, that we can sell off and turn over the proceeds or part of them over to the militia.
Understood.
And we have gained some militancy. And we see our first law, the festivities law. On the initiative of Republican Society, so that's our ruling faction, I believe. Yes, the majority. And they are getting even more percentage points at the polls, so they just might hold even more power with the future election. We are holding a vote for the festivities law. This law will ensure that there are a number of days per year where festivals will be organized, and the effects are that the population and worker happiness will rise +1 per turn. However, it costs 10% of remaining credits. I'm not sure what exactly does it mean. Is it... I would imagine it's not a one-time cost. We can probably see it maybe somewhere in the treasury cash flow overview. Law upkeep. We might see it in here if this law is passed. However, we do see that most of them, I think, are in favor. We can spend a little bit of our word score and political points to try to influence, sway the vote in one way or another, in favor or against, but we are just going to lean back. Let's click the law info to see some more information. Core profile hard, secondary profile commerce, cost credits. We are going to lean back, which gave us a little more hard and democracy profile, as we did not try to sway the vote in any way, but it passed with a very large majority, 97 votes in favor and only 3 against. So we shall see a small increase in our work and in population happiness when they are going to enjoy the festivals throughout the year. However, it will cost us a little bit of money. The safety protocols were ignored during the current music nights in our biggest pub in Kidwali. A rumor of potential terrorist attack has come up. I'm sure that it's nothing. Like, what bad can happen at a music night? I'm sure that it's just a unsubstantiated rumor, so we're just going to do nothing.
Yes, sir.
Our morality falls a little bit, but our hard profile has raised. We have a group of 4,000 refugees from the Meiranis Pax, and they have radioed us to make clear that we should not allow them in. However, considering that we are a haven and they already are pissed off at us, only 6 points of a relation that we are going to welcome them anyway, gain 4,000 people and relation -5, so we are now currently at 1 and our morality went up. So we should be wary of them, definitely. What kind of units do they have in here? Yeah, the warmongers we saw, they are a little bit better than our troops. With like the basic stats. And they have the dogs that are, it seems like, very good at attacking. So we shall send a spy out, maybe right into their territory, difficulty 59, and unfortunately we blew it. Our spy was not embedded into their territory. Anything else? Would like to see Medal of Merit. We don't need it. These are the ones to change personalities of our leaders, but I don't think we saw basically any events regarding our leaders as of yet, so we don't want to do anything in that regard. These are just non-aligned forces, so I'm not even sure if we can cut off their supplies by encircling them. So let's see the next turn. We are now at round 7 to new decisions, and we see that there was a little bit more fighting. We have a high Virtus effect. I, Barrow Shaw, want to be a better person. This is just a reserve pool member. Our great confederation doesn't need ambitious bastards or egocentrics. To serve is the greatest reward possible. But what is most important? So we are going to gain a decision where we are going to be able to influence this leader's personality. The time of efficiency is starting to diminish. And in fact, we do see that Meyranis Pax have declared a war on us. They have violated our borders. And we actually immediately gain a proposed peace stratagem. So let's first take a quick look at the history. So again, in here, we were attacked by 2,000 militia force against our rather small force, 200 infantry, 10 buggies and artillery. So it doesn't seem like they are very capable. And let's see if we folk marauders 2200. Yeah, they are not very good on the attack. However, they have a slightly larger health pool, I think, than our. No, our militia have the same, but our troopers are worse in that regard. We have an incident with missing sense of humor. So as I was just saying, now we are starting to get some things happening with our leaders. And there has been a bit of an incident while I was attending a popular play in theater in Kidwelly. I was offended by the actor impersonating you. Of all things, he was mocking you. I stood up and announced that the play was terminated. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. The populace of Kidwelly is angry and there might well be some minor unrest. I think we are going to denounce the action of the leader and decrease our relation a little bit with them, raise the unrest a little bit. However, this is in line with our hard profile. Well, that was a minus 13 decrease, quite a lot. And thus the self-improvement that we saw, let's tell it to be more altruistic. And so we are now technically at war with Meyranis Pax, although we haven't seen any fighting yet. We can immediately take a look, propose peace, but the difficulty is 367, which is impossible for us to achieve. So first of all, we want to deal with these guys. Let's start with a small artillery barrage, which will probably do absolutely nothing. However, I believe that fairly recently the artillery was boosted, so the militia artillery especially to be completely useless. They didn't do anything at all, and now they can actually deal some real damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ranged attack. Can we? Doesn't seem like we can. I wonder if we need these like radioactives? I don't think so. How about if we were to move them? Maybe let's take the other militia force first and move these guys together with them. Now we seem to be able to do the attack. Let's take a look at our ammo.
Copy that.
And they just exploded. But at least they also killed a lot of people. So I'm going to call this a great success. And we shall go on. Let's see. Are we able to pull someone out? Move towards this border. I guess they can at least move a little bit to south. These are also troops of the Meyranis Pax. So through here I'm not so worried because this is a large river and into a forest, so especially like these buggies, maybe the bikes as well. move wheel. So I think they are counting as a motorized troop. No, they count as infantry. Group infantry. Group tanks. This is just determining hard or soft target, so that might be different from... And this is motorized. And if we take a look in here... No, so it is, yeah. So the buggies are considered tanks, as tanks, and they would have minus 50% attack penalty against us in the forest, plus additional penalty for attacking over a river. So we should be safe, fairly safe there. We are seeing some good income from our first cycling facility. The school has finished, which should help with the education score a little bit and raise the overall quality of life. So now let's take a quick look. If we were to raise a brigade of infantry, we are actually able to do it because our troops are, well, they are very shit. But that means they are very cheap as well. Can we take a look at the report from Model Design Organization? It seems like we are at 61% currently, so it will be still a few more turns at least before the new model is finished. So I think we're just going to raise a regular trooper infantry. It's going to take a little bit of food, mostly the recruits. Let's raise the formation and assign them a different color so they are a little more visible. Let's go with black. And one more thing, let's call our governor to change the zone orders. The worker happiness is okay, so we don't need to pay them more. However, I would like a little more recruits per turn.
Yes, sir.
Because if we are going to see some fighting soon, then we are also going to see casualties and we'll need to recruit a replacement for those. We could go for them, and I think we're just gonna do it.
Engaging enemy.
And I have
Mission
just...
successful.
They have successfully retreated. We could chase them, and I think we will.
Engaging enemy.
And they are broken and removed from the map. And I have just noticed that this tile has 200 radiation from our missile attack, it seems like. So let's maybe try to avoid this tile in the future. And let's take a quick look at the stratagems, but I don't think we have anything that we would like to play yet. We could recruit another junior, but we would have to pay them. And they will most likely have 0 skills anyway. Yeah, we are bleeding more credits now. Maybe the private economy will prop us a bit more in the future, and we are starting to mine some rare metals. So hopefully we should be good on the credit front, on the money. Let's go to next turn. We are now at round 8 with 4 new decisions. So another person, the governor of Kidwelly, wants to be a better person. We have gained the friendship feat, and we have gained a free tech discovery, apparently. So we should immediately look into playing that stratagem. It's going to be in nation, I imagine. 29. We will be able to play it, and I think we're just going to do it right now.
Understood.
We have discovered the technology of sealed roads. So this was discovery, but we are still going to need to research it, most likely. So let's see about the decision. Superior Circle demands that we hire their candidate. And they are which faction? This one, that are more in line with us. So I think we might accept one and hope
Copy
for
that.
someone good. Fairly okay intelligence and war score, capability 2. They have some streetwise skill, a little bit of bribery. So I don't think they are going to be particularly good to any of our current seats in the government. Self-improvement, yeah, you should be more
Yes, sir.
altruistic as well. Scavenger traders offer machinery, 119 for 7, that's a great deal. From Skyshare to our east, and this will increase the
Understood.
relations as well, so yes, we are going for it. And we need a commander for the newly created light infantry brigade. We could recruit a mercenary. This is going to cost us a lot. I don't think it's going to be worth it. We have Brianna here, War 29, capability 2. We have this person, 27 and 2. This is 30 and 2, and they have some defensive and offensive tactics. And Mercedes, 22 and 1. So we are going to pick Emil here to become the new commander. And we see some movements from these guys. Let's move these guys out the back for now. An old spit. A geyser turbine. That's very good for us, as we are negative on the energy. So we will definitely want to keep a hold of that special tile. You guys can move around, scout a little bit. You should be moving towards the front, and also our new infantry troops. We shall move toward the front lines, as we are technically at war. We can take a look. Rival modifier minus 60%. So we are definitely not going to be attacking this way. And do we have anything in here? I do not think so, but we can take a look at our assets. We are okay on food and on water. We might... Well, we definitely want to go for industry, but we don't have enough metals yet. So instead, we might want to upgrade our scavenging first, our recycling facility. That's more industrial points than we have, but we should be good. And
Yes, sir.
only 50 metals, but we do have to buy... Did we not buy heavy machinery from these traders? Have I misclicked there? I'm not sure if we can see the history of our decisions somewhere. Decision archive. Made decision, yes. Do we accept the offer? Yes, we concluded the deal, but we have not gained any machinery. So either we are going to get the machinery next turn, or that's another unfortunate bug in the game. Let's buy
Copy
2
that.
manually and sell off our rare
Copy that.
earths. And let's see what next turn brings. We are now at round 9 for decisions. Kidwally is confronted with vagrant but peaceful mutants. A posse is forming. We have gained national pride. We should look at the regime feats. We have gained one previously as well. We are expanding. We have low relations with Brianna Shapiro. And we need more industrial points, of course. Let's take a look at our feats first. We have gained previously national pride, moral bombs plus 40. Unlocks hold the line stratagem, but it requires staff council, so we are not going to getting it. And friendship character loyalty bonus plus 40. And a stratagem which requires staff council, which are not going to be getting any time soon, and a musical band that might attach to our troops, and every combat round regain up to 15 lost morale points. So that might be a boost to our troops. And speaking of troops, let's start moving up. We are seeing more forces being amassed in here beyond the river, and a little bit more to the south. Let's see what decisions we have.
Understood.
Budget without any changes. I think we will go for the Economic Council
Understood.
next. Vagrants threatened by posse. Some minor clans of peaceful marauder deserters are camping and scavenging around the outskirts of Kidwally. Civilians claim they threaten security. They are organizing a posse and are eager to hunt them down. Bloodlust looms for the vagrants. Prepare for some unrest if you do not let them vent some steam on these poor souls. I think we will just chase them away. We are not going to be enabling lynching of some mutants. We are just going to chase them away. Unrest has increased our capital of Kidwally, and we are getting another offer, more machinery, and we have gained it. Okay, so we just have to wait for one turn for this to come into effect, and this is 10 more for 365 credits. That sounds like a very good deal, and we will be able to sell rare earth right now. We will accept.
Understood.
And raise our relations a little bit more with Skyshire. However, we have not declared anything in the ways of peace of war with them, and we cannot really offer them protection. I'm not seeing anything in here that we are interested in. Let's see. Recycling 2, 1 turn left, and we are in fact starting to accumulate more power thanks to this special asset. And you're going to have our militia hold there. These guys can scout a little bit more this way. We see some desert, it seems like. Unfortunately, not deserts. Kalish Pass, high mountains, grassy. Do we know of anyone new? No. So it seems like we are just surrounded by these three minor factions, however, to our like west, northwest, east, northeast, there is non-aligned forces, so there might be someone else this way. So I think this will be it for the first episode. We can push some of our troops a little further out, it seems, for some reason. Not sure why. Only some of them can do it. So we have seen a war, a Cold War, I suppose, for now, as we haven't seen any fighting yet with the Meyranes Pax, who are fairly good warriors with the warmongers, and their war dogs. We have seen a little bit of fighting here. Something happened in here that irradiated this hex, but we have no idea what could it have been. Some barbaric weapon might have been used and explode 1 second after that happened, but I suppose we shall never uncover the truth of the matter. So next turn we shall see if we are going to see some more aggression from the Meyran Pax, which is, by the way, Pax peace, so yeah, not very peaceful of them. We are seeing some troops being accumulated in here, so we might very well see an attack from beyond the river. Hopefully we can reinforce our people before it occurs. However, they will be defending in a forest beyond a large river, so should gain some good bonuses to our defense. So that's it for now, and we shall see how the situation develops in the next episode.